Welcome to Epic Movie Recaps. Get quick, spoiler-free summaries of blockbuster hits and classic favorites. Subscribe and enjoy the ultimate cinematic journey in minutes.
In Tegucigalpa, Honduras, Roberto, a poor father of two, is approached by a former beauty queen, Giselle. Giselle offers to sign his young children, Miguel and Rocio, to child modeling contracts. He accepts and takes them to the photo shoot. However, when he returns to pick his children up, they are gone. It is revealed that the children were sold to be used as sex slaves. In Calexico, California, Tim Ballard is a special agent for the Homeland Security Investigations, HSI, where he arrests people who possess and distribute child pornography. The painful work takes a great toll on his personal life, and this is only worsened when another agent, Chris, points out that they have arrested many child predators, but have failed to save even a single child from being exploited. Tim explains that this is because most of them are in other countries, but Chris's words stick with him. He speaks to a predator he arrested, Ernst Oshinsky, and pretends to be a pedophile himself. Once he gains Ohinsky's trust, he sets up a meeting with a trafficked child, and is able to arrest the man who purchased the boy, Earl Buchanan. Tim rescues a young boy who identifies himself as Miguel. As they bond, Tim gently questions him, hoping to uncover clues about the whereabouts of other missing children. Miguel reveals that his sister is still missing and pleads with Tim to save her. Determined to reunite the family, Tim arranges for Roberto to be reunited with his son. Overcome with emotion, Roberto breaks down, devastated that his daughter remains lost. Before leaving with his father, Miguel hands Tim his sister's St. Timothy necklace, a silent plea for her rescue. With renewed resolve, Tim follows the trail to Cartagena, Colombia, where his investigation leads him to Vampiro, a former cartel accountant who has since dedicated his life to rescuing children from the horrors of sex trafficking. After reading about a child sex club in Thailand that was shut down, Tim decides that this is the perfect cover story to acquire a large number of Giselle's children in a sting operation. Vampiro gets a Colombian police officer, Jorge, and a wealthy citizen named Paul to help with Tim's mission. Tim's HSI supervisor, Frost, is unable to provide funding for the operation and asks him to return. Tim, unwilling to abandon the search for Rocio, resigns. However, Frost is eventually able to convince the Colombian U.S. Embassy to assist with Tim's rescue operation. Undercover, they convince Giselle to sell them 54 children, successfully arrest all of the conspirators and free the children. However, Rocio is not with them. After interrogating one of Giselle's associates, Jorge uncovers a grim truth. Rocio has been sold as a slave to the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia, FARC, deep in the Amazon rainforest, beyond enemy lines. He warns Tim that rescuing her is nearly impossible. The region is an unmapped, dense jungle, and Colombian government forces are strictly prohibited from entering rebel-held territory. Despite the overwhelming odds, Vampiro suggests that medical personnel are sometimes allowed entry for humanitarian aid. This sparks an idea. Tim and Vampiro will pose as doctors to infiltrate the area. Jorge, though hesitant, reluctantly agrees to the high-risk plan. As they approach the rebel stronghold in disguise, tensions rise. The armed rebels refuse to let both men enter, allowing only one of them to proceed. With no other choice, Tim ventures alone into the dangerous unknown, determined to bring Rocio home. Disguised as a doctor, Tim successfully infiltrates the enemy camp where Rocio is being held. He soon discovers the horrifying truth. She has been forced to serve as the personal sex slave of the ruthless rebel leader, El Alacran, the Scorpion, while also being made to mash coca leaves for cocaine production, funding the rebels' war against the Colombian government. Determined to free her, Tim seizes the moment and rescues Rocio, but his mission turns deadly when El Alacran confronts him. In a desperate fight for survival, Tim is forced to kill the rebel leader. As chaos erupts, gunfire rains down on them, but Tim narrowly escapes the jungle with Rocio in his arms. Once safe, Tim gives Rocio the necklace that her brother Miguel had entrusted to him, a symbol of hope and their family's unbreakable bond. At long last, Rocio is reunited with her father and brother, and together, they return home to Honduras, finally free. In the epilogue, it is revealed that Tim Ballard never returned to his career in federal law enforcement.
Thanks for watching Epic Movie Recaps. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more quick and exciting movie summaries. See you in the next recap.